doing, we're going to consider the following function defined by its graph and find the following limits. Sometimes they will not exist, so we're going to write do not exist. So we have 5 problems here. The first one says find the limit as x approaches positive 1 from the left of f of x, which is our graph. So that means from the left. So when you see this negative, means we're going from the left and we're going to negative 1, or we're going to positive 1. Sorry. All right, so we start from the left, we go up to here, we have to jump, then we come all the way here to 1. And what this means is your limit is your output, your y value. So it's a numerical value. So when you look at this, our value is at 3. Now let's look at find the following limit as x approaches positive 1 from the right of our graph. That means you start from the right, you come around here, go up, make a jump down here, and then go all the way up. Well, it ends up at 3 as well. Now, whenever it says find the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x, and it doesn't have a plus and minus, it means you have to do both. So that means you have to go from the left, which we already did. We already did this one. And you also have to go from the right. And they have to end at the same space. That means if you're right here, and your friend is over here, and you want to meet up, then when you take your path to meet up, to get at 1, you're going to meet up at, both of you meet up at 3. So that means the limit does exist and it is 3. So these two have to be the same for this limit to have a numerical value. Okay, let's try the next one. We're going to find the limit as x approaches negative 5 of f of x. Okay, so let's first find negative 5 is right here. So what we have to do is basically what you're doing is your friend is coming this way. Y'all are trying to meet up and go to the store together. And this is, you're coming this way. And this is your path to meet up, which is kind of longer. And what happens is you can't meet up. So the limit of f of x as x approaches negative 5 from the left, that's going to be at 2. And the limit as x approaches negative 5 from the right of f of x, now even though that's an open interval, you still get up there and get close to it. That's why it's called a limit. So you're getting very close to it. So that would be meeting up at 3. Since these do not match, in other words, you have this gap right here, that means the limit as x approaches negative 5 does not exist. These two numbers have to be the same because you and your friend did not meet up at the same place. So it doesn't exist. You got off track somehow. Okay, let's try this one at 5. Looks like the same thing's going to happen. Here's 5. You see this gap. So we're probably going to know the limit of f of x as x approaches 5. And just looking at the graph, we're going to assume that it does not exist. And the reason being the limit as x approaches 5 from the left of f of x is not going to equal the limit as x approaches 5 from the right of f of x. Okay, the limit, if if your friend's trying to meet up with you and you come from the left, you're going to end up at 0. And if you come from the right side, you're going to end up at 1. So you didn't meet up, no matter if this is an open interval or not. It doesn't matter. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.